Hello guys, today we are gonna learn about transformation. The definition of transformation is a change in the position, size, or orientation of a shape. There are four main types of transformations. The first is translation. Translation means moving a shape without rotating or resizing it. We can say it as a shift or a slide. And then reflection. The second type of transformation is a reflection. Reflection means you have to flip the shapes over a line or maybe a point. And then next is rotation. Rotation is turning a shapes around a fixed point. And then the last one is enlargement or dilation. This one is resizing the shapes bigger or maybe smaller using a center and also a scale factors. Okay, so for today we'll try to draw transformations. The first type of transformation that we will draw is translation. To draw a translation, simply move the original shape according to the desired translations. Remember, translations means shift, yeah. So later you will have to move shapes according to the translation. The movement in a translation is usually written in two-row form as shown below. This two-row form is also called a factor. Yeah, so the translation is related with a factor. You will learn factor later after you reach the 10th grade or maybe the 11th grade. So the two-row form will be like this. This one is called two-row form or a factors. It contains two values, one at the top and another one at the bottom. For the top one, A, positive A means move to the right by A units, negative A means move to the left by A units, plus B means move up by B units, negative B means move down by B units. So the top part will be horizontally translation and the bottom part will be vertically translation. I mean vertical translation. Okay, let's try to draw a translation. Example question 1. Draw the image of the shapes below after it is translated by 3 and 5. To draw the shapes, we have the easiest way to translate is to choose one point. Let's say we choose this point, and then you move that point by 3 units to the right, and this one means 3 units to the right, and this one means 5 units upwards. Yeah, so we move it 3 units to the right, 1 2 3, and then we go up 5 times, 1 2 3 4 5 units. Yeah, so that point will be right here. The image of the point will be right there. Yeah, this is how you translate a shapes. And then next, let's say next one is this point. That means you have to move this point also by 3 and 5. So 1 2 3, and then 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Yeah, and then after that you can choose another point, or if you already know the shapes, you can draw the shapes directly. So the shapes will be like this one. And then remember, in translation the shapes will not change, so the shapes is exactly the same with the original. There you go. And the image of the shapes will be called A prime. So if the original shapes is A, that means the image will be A prime. This is how you draw the translation. Okay, let's try example question 2. Right now the question wants you to translate it by -2 and 4. Let's say we choose this point first, so -2 will be to the left and -4 means going down, 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so the point will be moved right there. This is the first image of the first point. Next, we choose another point, maybe this one, and then you move it like 2 units to the left, and then 1 2 3 4 downwards. That means the purple point will be right here, yeah. And then after that, as I told you before, the shapes will not be changed, so you can draw the shapes directly like this because it's still the same. Okay, and then we will call the shapes as B prime. That means the image of shapes B. Okay, let's go to the next example questions. Next is example question 3. For example question 3, the original shapes is not given, but instead the image of the original is given. So the question is reversed, yeah. So in these questions, the question wants you to draw the original object. Because the question is reversed, that means the movement also have to be reversed, yeah. So if one is going to the right from the original, that means from the image it will be going to the left, yeah, because it's reversed. And then if -3 means go down from the original, that means from the image it will be going up. So to draw the original one, you have to move these shapes, move the image by 1 unit to the left, 1 unit to the left, yeah, remember it is reversed, and then 3 units up, 1 2 3 upwards, yeah. So the point will be right there. If you can draw it directly, just draw it like this, 1 2, and then 1 2, and then 1 2, and then 1 2, yeah, just like that. So this is the original shapes of the C. Okay, if we double check the answers, it will be correct, like 1 unit to the right and 3 units downwards. Let's say we take this point, 1 unit to the right and then 3 units downwards. See, it's correct, yeah, it match. Okay, so this is how you do the translation if the question is reversed. Next is reflection. There is several steps to draw a reflection. First, you have to choose one point from the given object to reflect. Draw a line from the point perpendicular to the mirror line. This one is very important, guys, because you have to draw a line perpendicularly later, yeah. And then measure the length of that line, the distance of the point to the mirror, and then extend the line beyond the mirror line by the same distance as this one, the length of the first line, yeah. And then after that, the end of the extended line is the image of the point you choose. Okay, let's practice draw a reflection using the steps given before. Draw the image of the shapes below after it is reflected to the x-axis. Actually, if it is reflected to a horizontal line or vertical line, it's very easy to do, but let's follow the step first, yeah. First, you have to choose one point from the given object to reflect. Let's say I choose this point, and then draw a line from that point perpendicular to the mirror line. It has to be perpendicular. So where is the mirror line? The mirror line is this one, the x-axis. So you have to draw the x-axis also. The x-axis will be this one, right? This one is the mirror. And then the second step is draw a line from the point, the point that you already choose, perpendicular to the mirror line. It has to be perpendicular. Perpendicular means right angle. It will form right angle later with the mirror line. So you create a line like this, and as you can see, it is perpendicular. Yeah, it has to be perpendicular. And then the length of this line is 2 units. And then measure the length of the line. The third step. The third step is measure the length of that line, which is 2 units. Yeah, and then extend the line beyond the mirror line. And then we have to extend this line. Let's extend this. Extend this line by the same distance, the same length of the first. If the first is 2 units, that means the extension will have to be 2 units also. And then the next step is the end of the extended line is the image of the point you choose. So the point you choose will be right there after it is reflected. Yeah, so this is how you reflect it. This is how you reflect something. Can you understand this? Yeah, I hope that you can understand this. Yeah, and then because it is reflected to the x-axis, we don't have to do all of the points. Just imagine the reflection, and then you can draw the shapes directly. Let's say this point, it will become here, and then this point will be this one, and then this point will be that one, and there you go. This is how you do a reflection, and then the image will be called D prime. Yeah, pretty easy. Okay, next one is this one, the y-axis. Let's draw the mirror first. The mirror right now is the y-axis. It will be right there, and then we choose one point, and then we create a line perpendicular to the mirror like this. The length of that line is 1 unit. That means the image later will be 1 unit also right there, and then the point will be that one. Okay, after I choose one of them, you can choose another one. It will be like that, and then this one will be 1 2 3 units, and then 3 units again like that. Yeah, you can connect them all like this. Just follow the pattern. There you go, and then give the name E prime. Okay, next question. Next is reflected to the line of x equals to 3. First, you have to draw the mirror line. The mirror line is at x equals to 3. First, you have to locate where is x equals to 3. So where x equals to 3 is right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, right here. Yeah. And then remember that the line of x is a vertical line. That means you have to create a vertical line at x equals to 3, and that line will act as the mirror. Yeah, and then you just have to do the steps, like choose one point and then create a line, perpendicular line to the mirror, and then extend the line as long as the first line right there. This is our image of the first point, and then the next one will be drawing the shapes that, and then you will call this as f prime. Yeah, next question 4. For this one, oh no, the shape is a little bit weird. Yeah, okay, so for this one, y equals to -1, that means the mirror line will be at y equals to -1. First, you have to locate where is y -1. Y -1 is right here. That means this is the mirror line. Okay. Okay, so next, just like before, we have to choose one point. Let's say this point, and then create a line like that perpendicularly, and then measure the length. The length is 2 units, so the image will be right there. And then let's choose another one with let's say this one. Create another line, and then only 1 units. So the units will be right there. Yeah. And the point will be right there. And then what else? Oh, this one. Maybe this one. It will become like that. And then you only have to imagine the pattern. It will be like this, and then like that, like that. Okay. This one right now. Create a perpendicular line like this. it is 2 units, so 2 units more, the image will be right there, and then we just connect it from here like that, and then this one 2 units like that, and then this one 1 2 3 4 4 units, 1 2 3 4 like that, yeah. And then which one left? Oh, this one already like that, yeah, just like that. Okay, so this is the JPEG. Yeah, the CF is a little bit complicated, but yeah, we can do it. Okay, next is to the line y equals to x. Just in case you don't know what is line y equals to x, y equals to x is like this, a diagonal line going to the top right like this, and it's exactly 45 degree, so you can create the line like this. Sorry, it will be exactly diagonal, yeah. Okay, and then we only have to do the steps. First you have to create choose one point like that, and then you will create a perpendicular line to the mirror. Because it has to be perpendicular, that means the line have to be like this, and then as you can see, the line is like 2 units diagonally. That means we have to go through 2 units also, like that. So the image will be right there. Okay, let's choose another one. Let's say this one. You create a line diagonally, it will become like that, and then as you can see, this is 3 units diagonally. That means this one also, you extend the line, and then 1 2 3 units diagonally, the image will be right there, yeah. And then let's connect it, so it will be like that, yeah. Maybe we need one more points. Let's say that one, and then create the line diagonally. It's 1 2 3 3.5 units diagonal, yeah. So it will be 1 2 3.5 diagonal. Okay, so the image will be right there. Then we connect it one more time. After we can imagine the shapes, just connect it like this. Okay, so this is h prime, yeah. Next is 6, to the line y equals to negative x. Negative x is just like this. It's the same with the y equals to x, but the direction is to the top left. The way you reflect it is still the same. Just create a perpendicular line to the mirror, and then measure the length 1.5. That means the extension will be 1.5 also. This is the image of the point, the first point, yeah. The second point is right here, 1 2.5 units. This one also 2.5 units. That means the point will be right there, and then you connect it together. For the last one, it will be 3 units to the mirror. That means 3 units also to the image, just like that. This is our image, which is I prime. Okay, I think that's it for the reflection. I already show it to you, all of the types of the reflection, yeah. I hope that you can do it later in the exercise. Let's go to the rotation. Okay, rotation, there is several steps also for the rotation. First, you have to choose a point on the given object, and then draw a line from that point to the center of rotation. Okay, so the characteristic of rotation is there is a center, and also the measurement of the angle of rotation, yeah. From the center of rotation and along that line, measure the desired angle of rotation. Pay attention to the direction of the rotation, whether it is clockwise or counterclockwise. Step 4, mark the angle and then draw a line from the center to the mark with the same length as the original line, and then the image of the object is located at the end of the line. Okay, it's a little bit complicated. I will explain these steps later in the example question. Okay, let's try this one. You have to draw the image of the object below after 90-degree clockwise. So the point in this question is the measurement of angle is 90 degree, the angle of rotation is 90 degree, and it has to be clockwise, and also the center is 0,0. So first let's locate the center. The center will be right here, which is 0,0, and then the first step is to choose a point on the given object. So let's choose this one, and then the second step is draw a line from that point to the center of rotation. So you have to draw a line like this directly, and then step 3, the third step is from the center of rotation and along that line measure the desired angle of rotation. Okay, the angle of rotation is 90 degree and it has to be clockwise. That means from the center you have to measure like 90 degree. If you don't have a protractor with you, you can like estimate how big is 90 degree. So I can estimate that 90 degrees just like that. And then what do you do next? Mark the angle. Okay, I already marked the angle right here, and then draw a line from the center to the mark with the same length of the original line. So the original line is 1 units diagonally. That means this one have to be 1 units diagonally also. So the image will be at the end of the point. Yeah, it will be right here. There we go. This is our image for the first point, the purple one. Okay, let's do it one more time. What do you do first? You have to choose one point, maybe that one, and then draw a line to the center, and then measure 90 degree clockwise from the center, maybe around that big, yeah. And then you have to create another line to the mark you already did before, the angle mark, and then you have to do as long as the first line. 1 2 3 3 squares diagonally, 3 units diagonally, 1 2 3, just like that. Yeah, so the image of the green will be right there. Okay, so after you do 2 points, I think you already know what the shapes will become after you rotate it. Yeah, I think it will become like this, and it's J prime. Nah, this is how you do rotation. Yeah. Okay, next example question 2. Okay, we will do one more time 90 degree, but this time it's counterclockwise. Yeah, it's still the same. Choose one point and then create the line. Draw a line. Wait, it's wavy. The line to the centers, which is 0,0, and then measure 90 degree from the centers clockwise. Clockwise means going there 90 degree is about like that, and then draw another line as long as the first line. Yeah, 1 unit diagonally, and then there is our image. Yeah, and then the next one we let's say that one, create a line like this, and then measure 90 degree around that big, and then create another line as long as the first, and there is our image, and then you connect them together, you will have these shapes J prime. Next, the third, this one is 180 degree. The center is 1, negative 1. Okay, so let's locate the center first. 1, negative 1 is right there, and then as usual you have to choose one point, let's say this one, and then create or draw a line from the point to the center of rotation, and then this time it's 180 degree counterclockwise. Counterclockwise means going there. 180 degree is maybe that big, and then draw another line, and then measure the length. It has to be the same with the previous one. Okay, this one has to be like this. One, a little bit, and then a little bit, and then one. Yeah, so one, a little bit, and then one. Okay, like that. Yeah, so the image will be, wait, I accidentally erase the line. Will be right there. Okay, that is the first point. The second point, let's choose this one. Okay, create the line, and then 180 degree counterclockwise around that big, and then extend the line. Let's extend the line, draw another line as long as the first, maybe, yeah, like that, and then this is the image. There you go, we already have 2 points. I think you can imagine the shapes right now. The shapes will be like this, and this is K prime. Next is this one, still the same, but this time it's 180 degree clockwise, yeah, rotation. It's still the same. Draw the line, and then 180 degree clockwise, and then draw another line as long as the first. So this is our first image, yeah. So basically for a 180 degree, whether it is clockwise and counterclockwise, the image will be the same, so we don't have to do this further. The image will be exactly the same with the previous one, like this. Yeah, because it's 180 degree. As we can see, 180 degree clockwise and 180 degree counterclockwise will give us the same angle. Yeah, will give us the same length also. That means the image will be also the same. And then the next one is 270 degree with the center rotation of negative 1, 1. Negative 1, 1 is right there. And then just like usual, just create the line, choose one point, and then create the line, draw the line like this, and then measure the angle like 270 degree clockwise. Yeah, 270 degree clockwise means 90, 180, 270 right there. After you mark the angle, you have to create another line, draw another line as long as the first, which is 2 units right there. Okay, so this is our first image, the purple one. Next, maybe this one. Yeah, let's do this one. Maybe this one. Okay, so create the line, draw the line like this, and then 270. I think this one is 90, and then 180, and then 270. Yeah, that big for 270, and then create the line. Like that. Yeah, so the image will be like that. I can see the picture right now. It will be like this, and then like that, this, 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 and that. Okay, and this is L prime. Okay, this is how you do 270-degree rotation. Okay, this one is still the same, but it's counterclockwise. You only have to do like the previous one. Let's skip this one, yeah. It's the same with the previous. Next is enlargement. To draw the enlargement of an object, you have to follow the steps also. First, choose a point on the given object and then draw a line from that point to the center of enlargement, and then measure the length of that line, and then you have to multiply the length of that line later with the scale factors. If the scale factor is positive, you have to draw a line from the center to the point. That means the same direction. If the scale factor is negative, draw a line from the center to the opposite direction of the point. The image of the point lies at the end of the new line. I will explain this later in the example questions, yeah, so you will understand it more. Okay, yo, let's try this. Draw the image of the object below after it has been enlarged by a scale factor of 2 with respect to the point of 0, 0. So the center of enlargement is 0, 0, like that. First step is to choose one point on the given object. Let's say I choose this point, the purple one, and then draw a line from that point to the center of enlargement. I will draw it like this, 2 units diagonally, yeah. It will be better if you use your ruler to measure the length, and then measure the length of that line 2 units diagonally, 2 units diagonally, yeah. And then if the scale factor is positive, 2 is a positive numbers, right? That means you have to draw another line from the center. Okay, let's draw another line from the center towards the point, but this time you have to draw it 2 times because the scale factor is 2 and the first line is 2 units. That means you have to draw it like 4 units because 2 times 2 equals to 4. Yeah, it's 2 times is twice the length of the first line, like this. So this is our image for the purple point, yeah. Okay, let's take another one. Let's take this one. Create the line, draw the line. It's 2 units diagonally, and then because the scale factor is positive, that means you have to create another line from the center towards the line, but this time twice the length. It will be like that, yeah. So after this, I think we already know how will the shapes be. It will become like this, and we'll call this M prime, yeah. As you can see, enlargement by a scale factor of 2 will makes the shapes bigger like 2 times. Let's go to the next example questions. Okay, right now we have to draw the image of the object after it is enlarged by the scale factor of negative. This time the scale factor is negative 2, and then the center is still 0, 0. Okay, so the center is right here. The steps will be choose one point. Let's say I choose this one, the green one, and then draw a line from the point to the center, and then measure the length of the line, which is 2 units diagonally, yeah. And then because the scale factor is negative, that means you have to create another line from the center, but this time you will not go towards the point, but instead the opposite direction to the points, yeah. That means you will going there, yeah. Okay, but the length of the line have to be twice because the scale factor of 2, it has to be twice as the first. It means it will be that long. Okay, so the image for the green will be right there. How about the next one? Let's choose this one. That one will be like that. The line, it's 2 units diagonally, but it's not exactly diagonal. You have to consider that later. And because the scale factor is negative, that means you have to create another line like this, 1, 2 times like that. My bad, not straight. Yeah, like that. 2 units times 2 become 4, yeah, 4 units diagonally. So that one will be right there for the image. And then after this, I think you already know how to draw the image. It will become like that, yeah. And we call this as M prime. Okay, next is this one. For this one, it has to be 2.5 for the scale factors, and then the point of enlargement is taken from -4 and -3. -4 is right there, -1, -2, -3, and -4. -3 will be right here, -4 and -3. And then we only have to do like the previous questions, yeah. Just choose one point right here, and then draw a line from the points to the center. Measure the length of the line, which is 1 unit, and then because the scale factor is positive, we have to create another line from the centers towards the point, but this time twice as long as the first line, yeah. So if the first sorry, my bad, 2.5, yeah, 2.5 2.5 times 1 equals to 2.5 units. Okay, so the green will be right there. Okay, next let's choose this one. For that one, the line will be like this, and it is 2 units. For the next will be 2 times 2.5 equals to 5 units, yeah. The next one will be 5 units. Okay, so 5 units will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Okay, so the next one will be right there. And then after that, I think we already know how the shapes will be. Oh, my bad. For this one we don't know yet, but we can calculate it like, oh, this one is 3 units, and then 3 times 2.5 equals to 7.5 units, so it will be 7.5 units long. For this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 right there. It will be like this. So the shapes will be like that later. Okay. Oh, we are finished. So this is the first part of the chapters. I hope that you can understand it well. If you cannot, just ask me later in the class, or maybe you can ask me via chat. Yeah, thank you guys. Bye bye.